of my chest, train my mind so I forget. Sink your teeth into my bones, dig me out, then fill the hole. Tear me apart and watch it burn. Tear me apart and watch it burn. All that's left is a window to my soul. Come and get it.
So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial again. I feel like I've done so many makeup tutorials lately. On this look, it's a black smoky eye. I realized I hadn't ever really done a black smoky eye on my channel, so I decided to fix that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you do, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! So I'm starting out by applying some shadow shields. These are just to create a sharp, nice line at the edge of the eyeshadow and just to help prevent fallout if you've already done your base, which I obviously haven't. And then I'm just going to prime my eyes using my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Then I'm using this NYX Jumbo pencil in the shade Black Bean. I would recommend maybe like a black gel liner instead of this though, because this does crease and I did find my eyeshadows creasing a lot. But for this video I just applied this to the lid most densely at the lash line, then building it up, not going past the crease. And then you want to take a synthetic brush and just start to blend it out. It does take a while to blend, so just be patient. Then I'm taking the Morphe 35O palette and taking this transition shade on a fluffy brush and just buffing that at the edge of the eyeshadow just to create a nice brown transition shade. Then I'm using this camel shade on a MAC 217 and I'm just focusing this right in the crease and yeah, just bringing it right through the crease as I already said. Then for the black shadow on the lid, I'm taking Makeup Geek's Corrupt eyeshadow and I'm just using a Real Techniques. I think this is like a flat shader brush. I'm just packing this onto the lid, and this brush is really good because you can also use it to blend the edges of the eyeshadow. I left a little gap in between my shadow shield and my lower lash line, so I'm just bringing that underneath the lower lash line just to make sure everything is nice and blended. Then I'm just using my 217 once again and blending the edges. You just want to go back in and blend and blend and blend with any black look. Then for gel liner, I'm just using my Maybelline Blackest Black gel liner and just creating a wing and lining my lash line basically. And then I'm going back in with this shader brush, just blending the edges with no extra product, and then going in with my 217. You'll see me do this a lot. I just make sure everything's super blended. Then I'm removing the shadow shields and I leave this in because it's so satisfying to watch. And then I'm taking another clean blending brush and just going ahead and blending the edges once again. Then for my brow bone highlight, I'm using MAC Shroom Eyeshadow and just applying that underneath my eyebrows. And then I'm taking a tiny little bit of black eyeshadow on the 217 again, just blending it through the crease. Then just to tightline my eyes, I'm using my Eye of Horus black liner and giving my lashes a curl and applying some mascara. This one is the MAC in Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash. It's one of my favorite mascaras. And then I'm going to apply my false lashes. I'm using my favorites, the Vegas Nay and Eylure Shining Star lashes, so just popping those on. Moving on to the face, I'm taking my Bare Minerals Primetime Neutralizing Primer and I'm just applying this all over my face. My skin was a little bit red, so I wanted to neutralize the redness before covering it with foundation. And the foundations I'm using are my Nars Sheer Glow and the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I really like these two mixed together, so I'm just applying that to my skin and using a Real Techniques buffing brush to buff it out. Then to conceal, I'm using MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW20. I'm just using a brush to apply it underneath my eyes in an upside down triangles kind of shape. And then I'm going to apply some down the center of my face just to act as a highlight and just sort of even everything out. So I'm going to blend everything out using my damp beauty blender. Then I'm going to bake my under eyes, and I think I baked the center of my face. I'm just using my Face of Australia loose translucent powder and just applying a nice amount of that underneath the eyes. Here I'm going to cream contour. I'm just using my Kryolan Combi shader kit, and I'm just using the dark shade and applying it with an XO Beauty flat top eye brush. And then I'm going back in with my damp beauty blender and just blending everything out. I'm doing patting motions and also pushing the product up. You don't want to drag the product down. After that bake has sat there for a little while, I'm just brushing it away using a blush brush from Real Techniques because it's nice and fluffy. And then I'm taking a little bit more of the powder and setting the center of my face. Then I'm just going in with some more baking powder and just setting underneath the contour just to sharpen everything up. And again, just brushing everything away after it's sat there for a couple of minutes. Then to set the cream contour, I'm just taking my Maybelline Master Sculpt and just using that on a little bronzer brush and just applying that to the cheeks and then around my hairline. For blush, I'm using MAC Melba blush, and I'm using a blush brush and just applying this to the apples of my cheeks and buffing it back. And then to highlight, I'm taking Jaclyn Hill and Becca's Champagne Pop, and I'm just applying that with my Real Techniques setting brush. And yeah, just applying this to the high points of my face and then down the center of my face. Then I'm just going to set my base down using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and then I'm going to do my lips. So I'm taking the Makeup Store Lip Liner in Nude Beauty. This is one of my favorite nude lip liners. So I'm just outlining my lips, and then I'm going to fill them in using Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Stone, which is also one of my favorite shades. So just filling in my entire lips. Then moving back onto the eyes, I'm taking that camel color again and just buffing that underneath the lower lash line, just with my MAC 217. And then I'm taking Corrupt once again on a little flat brush, and I'm just really pushing this right into the lower lash line just to make everything sort of blend together and give it a little bit more smokiness on the lower lash line. And then I'm just blending everything out with a fluffy brush with no additional product. To highlight the inner corners, I'm just taking MAC Nylon Eyeshadow and just applying this using a little precise brush. And then I'm going to go in with my black liner once again and line my waterline to give everything a nice smoky look. And then I'm just going to apply some lower lash mascara, and after that the look is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon. Bye! Next up are some concealers that I only just purchased recently. I mentioned them in a haul, but they're the LA Girl Pro Concealers. These are little